Welcome to the month of July, and I tell you, great things await you in the month of July. We started looking at "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good," and we looked at the prophet Samuel. Today I want us to look at the book of Psalm 103 from verse 7, where David said that God made his ways known to Moses and his acts to the children of men. And you see, it's important to understand that, because his ways produces his acts. His acts don't produce his ways. If you understand his ways, then you can produce the kind of acts or the kind of miracles or the kind of demonstration God demonstrates or God produces. So Moses understood the ways of God. He could tell the principles of God. He could tell when God was angry. He could tell when God was merciful. And the interesting thing about the next verse is that David says God is gracious and merciful. God is merciful and gracious. How did he know? The only way he could tell that God is a gracious God and God is a merciful God is by the experience and by tasting. And that's why he said, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good," because God is gracious. You know, at the time, I was telling the brethren one time, I said to them, I said, God is not rich in naira, God is not rich in pounds, but God is rich in mercy. God is rich in grace. God is rich in favor. See, there are some things that naira and pounds and dollars cannot buy, but favor will always buy. Grace will always buy. And that's why you hear people say, we are not grace mates. Because you see, when it comes to grace, there are levels of grace. But you see, you can't understand different levels of grace except you taste and see that the Lord is good. Except, like Moses, you understand the ways of God. Because in knowing the ways of God, you can know the things to apply. It's like understanding financial principles, or understanding educational principle, or understanding certain principles, physics principle, or the principle of the principles in chemistry. But you see, if you don't understand these things, then you cannot understand how to apply them. Then you cannot even see the result of it. See, the children of Israel saw the results of the ways of God, but they didn't understand the ways of God. And that's why they were complaining in the wilderness. When God gave them manna, they complained. When God gave them bread, they complained. And it got to a point that they started complaining and saying, "God, take us back," because they did not understand the ways of God. But Moses, who understood the ways of God, knew that as long as God was involved in this matter, there will always be victory. We sang a song in church today. It says, "You have never lost a battle." God will not lose any battle in your life as long as you allow Him in your life. And that's why we've been talking about, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good." I look forward to talking to you more in this month of July. And I tell you, this month of July will be a glorious month for you as long as